Today I wanted to show you my cheesy chili buns recipe. It is super easy and it's great for an appetizer. My husband and I, we just have this for a meal, and you can bring it for a potluck. Like, it's just so easy and you need very few ingredients. So because it's buns, I like to get these dinner buns. You can also use hamburger buns. I just like these kind of buns, just they're a little more fluffy. You'll also need a square pan, and you want to cut the buns just to make sure that they're going to fit into the pan. You'll need some chili. You can make your own chili, or you can use canned melted butter. Some garlic. I like to use, it's already minced nicely in this jar, perfect. Some parsley and some cheese, your favorite blend of cheese. So let's get started. So you want to preheat your oven to 350, and we're going to start by making, I'm just going to slide all this over. Gonna start by making little holes on the top of the buns to put the cheese and the chili and this nice garlic butter, parsley mixture in. So I just like to cut little squares on the top. You don't want to go all the way through. You want to leave a little space on the bottom of the bun, because what we're gonna do is, I cut a square here. We're gonna push that in. Make sure you have clean fingers, clean hands for this recipe. So you're gonna push that in so that there's a nice little hole, and then later we're gonna put the chili and the cheese and everything in this. So we're just gonna cut these holes, little squares on top. I just like to use a little knife like this. That way you're not going to go too deep into it. You want a big enough square so that there's still some bun left, and a big enough opening for the chili and cheese mixture to go in. So once you have that cut, like I mentioned, you're just gonna push down the part that you've cut. Push that down, make sure it's nice and flat, so we have a good little bowl for that chili. Now once we have that done, we are going to take our, so I'm going to slide this over. We're going to put the buns into our pan. We're going to take our butter mixture. Add some of that garlic. And add some parsley. This is completely optional. I think I have a couple tablespoons of melted butter and maybe a couple teaspoons of garlic. It's all really optional. You can add as much as you like or as little as you like, or not at all. I love garlic. I love garlic anyways, and I especially love garlic butter. So I just think that this adds a little zing, extra little zing of goodness to this dish. Stir that around so that it's nice and well mixed. Now we're gonna take this mixture and we're gonna go kind of into the hole a little bit and cover the outside. The buns will turn nice and brown, nice and golden, have some yummy flavor to them. I like the garlic, so I'm just gonna scoop some garlic into the holes. Make sure that it's nice and covered with this mixture. And you do want to save some. I like to, once this is made with the chili and the cheese and everything, I like to drizzle a little more of the garlic butter over top. Again, optional. So right now we have it like this. So we're gonna put this into the oven, let the buns get nice and brown and toasty. Gonna put this on a cookie sheet just to make sure nothing happens that's gonna ruin our oven. And then we'll be back. Oh, sorry. You wanna do this for 5 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. Okay, so the buns have just come out of the oven. They're nice and hard on the top. You don't want them to be cooked too much because we're going to be putting them back into the oven again. You just want to make them a little, so that they're not super soft because we're going to be adding some things into the little holes. And you want them to be able to hold those items. So, gonna start with adding some cheese. You just want to add some cheese into the little hole. You don't want to fill the hole, you just maybe about halfway because we're going to be adding some chili as well. It's okay if some cheese stays on top because we're going to be adding cheese to the top anyways. Okay, cheese is good. Just make sure all the holes have a good amount of cheese in them. Kind of push it down a little bit to make room for the chili. Okay, now we're gonna start with our chili. So if you're using canned chili, you can definitely add a little more flavor, make it sweet with some brown sugar, or add a little more spice to it. And you can use your own chili as well. So we're just gonna take about a tablespoon and just gonna scoop that into the hole. I like to just push down a little bit. Sometimes there's little air bubbles. And if you need to, you can add more chili. Again, you don't want to go all the way to the top because we're going to be adding more cheese on top. So you just want a little space for that. And I just like to push down if there's any extra space where I could add a little more chili, I'll do that. Now I've only used a small amount of the chili in the can, but I will show you what to do after. We're gonna add some more cheese to the top. Add it all over, as much as you would like. I like these containers because if the cheese falls, it's not gonna go to waste. It'll still kind of stick to the buns because it's such a small little pan. So that cheese is evenly distributed. And then I take the rest of this garlic butter mixture and just kind of drizzle it on the top. And then this will go into the oven, again 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Because we're using canned chili, we're pretty much just warming it up and melting the cheese and getting the buns a little more toastier. So 350, 10 minutes. We'll be right back. So here's how it looks once it comes out of the oven. Now you can serve just like this, but my husband likes to have a lot more chili on his, which is really great because you really don't want to waste that much chili from the can. So what I do, I know that I'm gonna have half and he's gonna have half, so I just put the chili on. The parts I know are gonna be his. Again, this is optional. And then add a little more cheese. And then that will go back into the oven for about 5 minutes. Again, we're just warming up the chili and the buns are getting really toasty now, so you don't want to keep them in the oven for much longer. And if you put the chili on earlier, like the extra chili, the excess chili, it would really make the buns soft and mushy, which we don't want. We want nice crispy buns. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this, and definitely let me know if you've tried it. Send me some pictures at Beauty Under 10 on my Instagram. I will see you next time.